Hey everyone! It's the C word. Sorry if it's a bit too early for some of you, but when we're budgeting for Christmas, we need to do it as early as possible, right? So this year is the first year in a long time that I've actually been a little bit more prepared. This is my first year of budgeting. Next year will be much better. I'll be hopefully on my way to being fully funded for Christmas this time next year, but you know, I'm cutting myself some slack. I've done amazing this year so far with my funds, so I thought we'd do a little Christmas budget series. I don't know how many videos will be in this, maybe 3. So I'm going to talk you through my budget, and then in the next few videos we'll see how that budget's going, and I'm going to show you some of the gifts I've been buying. I've got one today to show you. But yeah, I thought it might be quite fun. I like seeing what people buy for gifts and things. I like haul videos, so hopefully you'll enjoy this as well. So just got a piece of paper today. I have got a book with things in, but just so you can see it better, I've read it on this piece of paper today. Sorry if I can't breathe very well. I'm kind of sat in a funny way where my stomach is a bit restricted. So, and I've just run up the stairs to get the cat out of the room. So initially my plan was to save £600. If you've watched any of my other videos, I've said I'd set my goal at £600 for Christmas, but I just think that's way too optimistic, unfortunately. I've felt the stress creeping in, anxiety in the last couple of days. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to cut myself some slack and I'm going to bring that budget down. Because when I did look at the 600, I could actually do it for around 550 without being too sort of frugal. So my plan now is to actually bring the budget down to 500. So unfortunately some people are not going to be getting as much spent on them. It is what it is. So let's put £500 as our budget. I've got a little Christmassy red. Oh, it's going very fuzzy when I do that. It doesn't normally do that on my phone. I've got a little sparkly red. I don't know if you can see the sparkles though on the camera, but yeah, that was quite Christmassy. So I'm going to list who I'm buying for in terms of gifts, and then we'll list at the bottom what else we need to be buying for. So the main person that I'm buying for is my son, and then my rabbit, my cat. Well, he's actually my son's cat, but you know, I'll be buying the gifts. And then we've got my husband, hubby, and then I like to kind of separate my husband and the gift from our son. So I'm going to put hubby and daddy. It just helps me sort of understand the budget better. Otherwise it all gets a little bit mixed up. So we've got that. Then we have my son's teacher. And then I've got my mum. Again, I'm going to split mum and nana into 2 separate amounts. My dad, granddad, as in my son's granddad, my stepmum, Geraldine, and nana. And then I've got my sister, my niece, and then 3 friends, Helen, Satcat, and Joe. I hope that's everything. It feels like I used to have a much longer list of people to buy for, but over the years we've kind of gone, do you mind if we don't do it anymore? And then I'm going to write stockings separately from the main amount. So stocking fillers will be for my son, rabbit, cat, husband and myself, although my husband and myself will just get a few little chocolates It won't be a full stocking, it'll just be like a handful of, you know, Christmassy type little chocolate, you know, like you know, like the little Malteser chocolate bars, or I don't know, things like that. Right, so that's the gifts. And then we get a real tree every year. Turkey, I'd like to include in this Christmas budget. Like the veggies and things, they'll just come out of the normal grocery shop. Obviously a turkey's way more expensive than a normal roast chicken would be. So turkey. And then on Christmas Eve we have a tradition of a cheese board. I don't know how it started, but we've been doing it for probably about 12 years now. And my son really loves cheese too, so he'll have his little bit of cheese board before he goes to bed Christmas Eve. And then once he's in bed, me and the hubby will crack open a nice bottle of red and yeah, just eat some cheese. It means I don't have to cook, it's chilled, can pick, and then there's usually quite a lot of cheese left over for like Boxing Day and, you know, the Christmas week. Can pick at it. I like to pick around Christmas. I'll make the Christmas lunch, and then I like just, yeah, leftovers for the next few days. It's quite nice to do that. So in the past we have like bought a really nice bottle of red wine, like Chateauneuf de Pape. That's the only time I buy that wine. Normally, you know, £7 bottle is absolutely fine. But yeah, these are around, they go up to quite expensive amounts. We normally spend around, I think, 25 quid on a bottle of red. I think we may have to forego that this time, just get a normal bottle of red. That's fine. Alcohol for actual Christmas Day. I'm not a big drinker in terms of most Brits. My husband is, but he can sort his own alcohol out. On Christmas Day I like to have a glass of Bucks Fizz while we're opening the gifts, and we get a bottle of like fizz, like Prosecco or something for with the Christmas lunch. We tend to have Christmas dinner or Christmas lunch probably around 1, 2-ish by the time it's cooked. So yeah, we have fizz with that, and then if I do want to drink later on, we'll have beer in. I won't get anything special in other than that. So normally in the past, or majority of years when I've got the money, I get a bottle of Advocaat and make snowballs sort of throughout December. But that's going to have to be a no this year, because I just don't think I'm going to have the money, and that is a real luxury item. So no snowballs for me this year. And then the cheese itself for the Christmas Eve cheese board, because we get it from the cheese counter, we spend a little bit more than we would if we got it from the shelves. I'll try and get the chutneys and the pickles and the crackers and everything dotted out through the grocery shops over the next few weeks, probably starting from Monday. I'll try and get one item maybe per shop, so that it doesn't have to be included in this budget. So we've got all that. Then we also have to think about the post office, because I send around 5 parcels. All my family, none of my family live near me. I have to post all of their things, so I need to make sure the post office amount is included in that. Wrap and cards. Now I have the majority of the wrapping paper sorted. I had loads left over from last year. Cards I'll only get a few of, but I will get wrapping paper for my son. I like to get him new wrapping paper every year. So I'll get wrapping paper for him, and then I only really buy cards for my mum and dad, husband and child. My mum and dad love a card. They're very traditional. They're very much like the ones with mum or dad on it. I get a little bit upset if I don't get that on it. But I don't think I'll be sending out cards to friends and things this year. I'm just over cards. I just environmentally, but also financially, and also they're just sort of sat there. I think cards have kind of had their day, really, in my opinion. And then an advent calendar for my son. was it last year? I think it was last year I made the mistake of agreeing to get him like a Roblox one. I think it was like £35. Absolutely ridiculous. And yes, you get like Roblox toys in everyone, so it is worth it, but it's worth it for the item, but an advent calendar, I haven't got £35 to be spending on that. So this year he's getting a normal chocolate one or a Haribo one, something like that. Okay, so I think that's everything for the budget. I've got a feeling I thought of something else earlier, but can't remember what that is now. I don't think it was a big thing, so that's fine. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's see what we're going to put down. So when I did my budget originally for this, it was based on 600. So I'm going to cut it down as we go along today. So initially, I was going to put 150 towards my son's present, so it would be 300 in total with my husband's half. I'm going to cut that to 130, so 260 in total. So 130 for my son. So I'm going to put more down for my rabbit purely because the rabbit is mine and my husband doesn't pay anything towards the rabbit, whereas the cat is my son's, so we halve it. So my rabbit, initially I'd put 10, but we're going to put 8, and my cat, I'm going to put £4, and then my husband can put £4 in. That's just for their toy, and then we'll get them some treats in their stocking. Okay, so for my husband, I was going to put £40. I think I'm going to drop that to 30. And then Daddy was 15. I think we're going to drop that to 10. I may up these at the end if it works out at under 500, then I will probably up my husband's amount. Teacher, we've already bought the teacher's gift, and that is not going to be included in this because I already paid for that in another month and accounted for it in another month's budget. So that was £1.49. It was actually £2.99, but my husband, his half would be £1.50, £1.49. So that was paid for. I'm going to put that around it so that we don't include it in this. I'm going to write September because that is when I bought it. Hopefully I'll remember what this means. So yeah, that was, I'm going to show you that gift in a moment. Shall I show you it now? I'll show you it now. Okay, so we got her some mug topper biscuits. Yeah, so they're little, they've got little slots in them and you can fit them, see here, on the side of your mug of cocoa or coffee, whatever you have. So you've got like a Santa one, a gingerbread man, a penguin, and I think that's a reindeer. So I just thought they were really cute, quite big-ish. Can't really see them on the camera, but yeah. They were £2.99 from the range. I just don't have a lot to be spending on people, so hopefully she'll like them. Thought they were quite cute. I think teachers quite like edibles, consumables, right? Instead of another mug or whatever. I don't know. So yeah, they're quite cute. So maybe if you like them, go and get them before they sell out. I'm thinking they probably sell them in places like B&M as well as the range. Yeah, so what do you think of those? Do you think they're a good gift? I think they're quite cute. I'd be happy with that. Okay, so my mum, I'd put 40. I'm going to drop that to 35. And Nana, probably to 12. Did I put 10 for Daddy? I think 10 for Nana as well then. It's only fair. My dad, I'd put 30. I'm going to drop that to 25. And 10 for Grandad. My stepmum, going to put 18. I'd put 20. Bring that down to 18. Nana, I think I might get those biscuits again for Nana if they're still available. But will they be still available? I'm going to put that down to 8. And we'll see if they're still there. I don't know. My sister, I'd put at 10. It's quite mean, isn't it? But like, she is probably, this is so horrible, but she's probably like the worst gift giver ever. And every year I love buying presents for people, and I like to get unusual stuff or things that are really them. And I'm always like, why did I spend so much time, effort, money, and then she buys me something really rubbish? There's no thought put into it. It's not about the money. It's like just zero thought. And like, we're not massively close. We don't live near each other, but we are friends on Facebook. She sees what I'm into. She sees, I don't know, she's older than me, and we're like 7 years apart, and we've never been close. We get on and can absolutely have a laugh and things like that. But yeah, so I'm paying £10 for her. Sounds so mean, but you know, I've done it now. It is what it is. My niece, which is my sister's daughter, I do have a brother, but again, we just send cards. We don't do gifts anymore. But that's a whole other story. So my niece, my sister's daughter, I mean, she's in her 30s now. So she's in her 30s, and she gets me nothing. And I've bought her things. I became an auntie at the age of 14. So from the age of 14, I've always bought my niece something. I don't know, I find it weird that an adult doesn't buy for you. Like, weird. So £10 for my niece. And then, I sound really bitter, and it shouldn't be about giving in order to receive. It's just more, I don't know, families, eh? Right, my friend Helen, I'm going to put £8. Again, we tend to get something just like lip balm or something like that, just something quite little, really. So that's fine. I'm happy with £8. And then my friend Joe and Sat, I'm going to put 15 each in for them. We're close, and we always get each other vouchers, so that will essentially cancel out. They'll send me £15 worth of vouchers each. All right, so yeah. And then stocking, I put £40 down, and to be honest, I'd like to keep that at £40. Maybe I'll try 35. That has to go between 5 of us. So I don't know, because my son, we spend a lot filling his stocking. So I don't know. Hopefully you won't see this video, because Santa fills the stocking. All right, tree. I don't know why that keeps going blurry. Right, we get a real tree. And I'd put £30 down. Usually it's actually around the £45 mark, but because of, you know, prices going up and stuff, I've no idea. I'd put it at 30 just to be on the safe side, but I'm going to put 25 down because my husband pays half, so it could be 50. Hopefully that'll give us enough leeway. Turkey I've already ordered it. I ordered it yesterday. Waitrose have already started their pre-ordering, and it's a good job I did, because collection slots were, because we get it on Christmas Eve, half of them had already gone that day. Luckily, we like to get it in the morning to get it out the way on Christmas Eve, and that slot was still available. So I haven't paid for it. You pay for it on the day, but it was 35 in total, so £17.50 for my half. Wine I'd put at 15 because of we were getting the nice bottle. But what I think I'll do is bring that down to 8, because then that's still £16 if we both put in. So that's still a nice bottle of wine, just not as bougie. And then alcohol. So Bucks Fizz is usually around, I swear it's around £2.99 for a bottle. But obviously inflation and things like that, I might think £3, like £6, maybe double it. £3 for my half. Prosecco's usually around the £8 mark, I think. But again, if we up that to 12, just in case. So that's £9 for alcohol. I'm going to put £9 down. And then my husband's half. And then we'll already have beer in, if I want beer in the afternoon. Cheese, because we get it from the cheese counter. I had initially put 15, but I think I'm going to bring that down to 10. I'm going to, like we used to get a selection of maybe 5 cheeses, but to be quite honest, there's this one cheese that I love. It's like a brandy one. It is, if you like cheese, oh my gosh, it is so nice. It's like, I don't even know what kind of cheese it is, but it's a soft cheese. And then it's got like, I think a wax coating. I don't know if it's edible. I think I eat it anyway. I never know whether they're edible or not, the outer coating. But it starts to melt sort of from the outside in, the longer you have it at room temperature, and it's got like this brandy, it's got brandy in it, and it's just so gooey around the edges as it starts to heat. Like, you know, it never becomes fully gooey, like, but oh, it is delicious. And that's really the only one I want to eat, so I think I'm just going to get that one. And then my husband, he likes blue cheese, my son loves blue cheese, so we could get some blue cheese for them, and if my husband wants other things he can, but I think I'll just stick to my really lovely yummy cheese. So I think I had put 15 down. I think I'm going to put 10 for that. Post office I'm going to put as 20. If we do it early enough, it'll be second class, which is around £4 per parcel. And then wrap and cards, so I think I might put £7 for wrap and cards. Like I say, I don't need too much. Got loads of sellotape. There is obviously things like I like to get the bows that you stick on. So I don't know, £7 is a real guesstimate. And then advent calendar, I'm going to put £5 down in case he wants like a Haribo one. I think they're slightly more expensive than the chocolate ones. So £10 in total. I'm hoping it'll be way less than that. Okay, let's see how much that is and see if we've stayed within the 500. And then we can rearrange some more if we need to. So 500 minus 130. I'm just going to have to be really clever with my spending, I think. Try and get some really cool gifts for not much money. Just shop around. If I can do it early enough, then I should be able to get some good deals. And I don't know. I don't really do Black Friday. And to be honest, it's mainly for electronics and stuff, I feel. I don't know if I've done that twice now. It's me trying to chat and take numbers away at the same time. 9 minus 10 minus 20 minus 7 minus 5 equals, oh, we've still got £17.50 left. And I think that's good. I think it's good to have a little buffer in case I've forgotten something. So we've got plus £17.50 buffer. So if we do find like the perfect gift and it's like a couple of pounds more than we'd set out, then yeah, we've got that little buffer there. So that's quite exciting. So I could do it for 500. I don't need to be doing it for 600. Don't need to be bougie. What do you guys think? Do you think that is a reasonable budget for Christmas? I don't know. I'm hoping to save a little bit more as well here and there. Like the tree, I'm hoping to be a bit less. Potentially I could get the wine for less. Maybe the cheese a little bit less. I don't know. I'm going to have to be really, really clever, I think, with my gift spending. Who knows? What do you think? Are you guys going all out for Christmas? Do you get a real tree? Are you already buying your gifts? Have you already got a budget like completed for, you know, have you got all the funds ready? I've got £96 saved so far in my Patreon account. I have a different channel and I've got Patreon members, and I'm saving that up and just taking it all out in December. It's 96, it's actually a bit more than 96 in there, but £96 marked down on my tracker. I've got probably another £45 will be added on to that amount by the time I go to take it out. but you have to pay a fee to withdraw. So we might be looking at around maybe £137 in total coming out of there. I've got I've got a minimum of another £60 coming through my YouTube AdSense. Minimum of 60, I think it will be around 60. So that takes us up to 137 plus 60. That's 197 plus I'm going to use my Christmas money that I get given. So I will at least get 130 from that. I'm going to ask my husband for some money. I'll just say it's for like a haircut or whatever. I'll get 50 from my father-in-law. He always gives everyone 50 quid. And then I'll get the 2 vouchers, and I'm going to get John Lewis ones so I can use them for my Waitrose shop and then take that money for myself. So I'll have at least 130. My dad may send money. My mum may send money. I may get money from my sister-in-law. But that's not a given, whereas these other ones are. That brings us to 327. Definite money. And then I'm working hard on surveys. I'm hoping to get at least 150. But I think we can safely say 100 is definite. So plus 100 is 427. And that just leaves us with 73 to find from my November and December pay packet. So 73 divided by 2, yeah, £36 in November and December. I mean, I don't see why I can't save that money in those months. And like I say, Christmas money might be more, and Patreon might be more, and YouTube might be more. We'll have to see. And surveys, I only put 100 in, so, and I'm hoping to get to 50, so 150, sorry. So we'll see. There is talk at my work of a pay rise. The unions are currently kind of discussing it. I'm not part of the union, but some of my colleagues are, so they're kind of keeping me up to date on it. I think an offer has been made. I work in a school. I think an offer has been made for TAs. The teachers have accepted theirs. The TAs, according to a friend, she said there's potential for strike action among TAs regarding pay and just the general working conditions and how we're kind of treated really as TAs in schools. We get paid such a low wage, and yeah, there's a lot that could be improved there. So if there is a pay rise, it will be backdated to September, which will be amazing. And last year they did the same, and we got paid in the January pay pack, so the end of December for the January pay packet, and that just was perfect timing. That was so good. But I don't, it's not set in stone, so I don't want to even really think about it. I am thinking about it, of course I am. I'm daydreaming about having that money, because that could up my wage by £70 to £100 a month, basing on what we've kind of had pay rises in the past. And that to me is a massive amount. That would be amazing, and that'd give me so much more breathing space. And if it did come in, I would definitely not really treat myself, but I've not had a haircut since January this year, so it would be a year if we were to get paid at the end of December, a pay rise. It'd be a year since my last haircut, and it's not like I get hair coloured or anything like that. It's literally just a haircut. So I'd get myself that. I think I deserve it after a year of being really good at budgeting. And I need some work clothes. I feel shabby. I feel like everything's falling to bits. Yeah. Not like a whole wardrobe, just maybe another pair of trousers, maybe one more jumper. And I definitely need some boots, like winter boots that I can wear in school. Like I had some Chelsea boots that I bought last year, but the soles came away, and I did try and glue them, but I just don't trust them. I don't want to be halfway to somewhere and then the soles just give way, which is what they did. They were flopping around. So that's what I definitely need. I don't know. So I'd get a couple of things for that, and really want to buy a bookshelf for my son's room. He's got like a kiddies one, like a low one, but they're kind of for the kids books that are really thin and big, and they kind of stand up in it, and you can fit loads in there. But obviously he's 10 now, he'll be 10 in a couple of days. No, he's 10 tomorrow. So he's reading like chapter books, like, you know, Harry Potter, things like that just don't fit. You can't fit that many in. He needs a bookshelf, and he's needed it for months and just haven't had the money. So I definitely use some money to get him one of those. And I'd like a shelving unit for our conservatory as well, to put boxes. We've got some storage boxes, Christmas decorations box, Halloween decorations box, and my memory box are in there, and they're in massive plastic tubs, and they're just sat to the side. So I'd really like to get a shelving unit in there and just have them stacked up where you kind of can't see them unless you're in the conservatory. But again, that's not essential, so that has to wait, but I've wanted it for months. So I would get those items, and then anything left over, we'd be able to start savings challenges for next year, which would be cool. Yeah, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm so sorry. So I will return in maybe, I don't know, probably a month's time, to show you any gifts I've bought and what I've kind of been spending. And so I'll see you then, guys. Sorry for the rambles. Take care. See you later. Bye.